Hello, I'm Earl Wilson. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about one of the most prevalent thinking errors that I've seen in others and that I've seen in myself as well, and that's the whole area of entitlement. Human beings are very strange creatures. We tend to focus, when there's good things, we tend to focus on ourselves. When there's bad things, we tend to focus on other people. Well, that kind of works out in the expectations we have. We have an expectation that people should make us happy. And on the other hand, we have an expectation that if we are not happy or we don't do the right thing, then people should be blamed for it. It should be about them, not about me. Well, that's probably all about me, and that's what our society lives in. And we're called this age of meism because so many of us are entitled. We believe that it's all about us. It's all about me. So this thinking error of entitlement says I deserve to be a certain way or to experience certain things or to be treated a certain way. It takes on two forms that can be very destructive. One of them is if we've done good, we say, oh, I've done so good today, I need to be treated like a prince. Or if things haven't gone well, you said, oh, I have had such a bad day today, someone needs to make me feel better. Or I have the right to make myself feel better. And this is where entitlement gets us into trouble. If you want to act out and blame other people, you say, well, they treated me too good, or they treated me too bad. And oftentimes you don't leave in account your own decisions that you make. Now, I want to just emphasize three things about entitlement that I think are key. When we feel entitled, we almost always blame others. Because if a person comes home, for example, saying, oh, I've had a really hard day today, I need to feel better. I need to veg out. I need to make myself feel better. And then when that's over and he doesn't feel better, he's still tired, he's still rattled, or he's done something that's made it worse, then it's someone else's fault. She should have known that I needed extra attention, or the kids should have known I needed some peace and quiet. Or my friend should have known that I needed help with this project. Whatever it is, it's I'm entitled. And so we tend to blame others. And so often people stretch that out into blaming God for everything that happens. Well, God should know, and he should have taken care of this. God does know. Maybe you should have taken care of it. Maybe, we need to think that thing through instead of always throwing God into the category worthy of criticism, as opposed to looking for deeper answers on some of those things. The second thing I've noticed about entitlement is that invariably people, when they feel entitled, make choices that lead to their self-destruction. Let's say a person has worked, well, like myself, I've been working hard to lose weight. So let's say I was determined that I was going to lose 20 pounds. And so when I lost a pound or two, I thought, I am doing so good, I'm entitled to a treat. And so I eat a quart of ice cream. And then I am really upset the next day because I'm up a pound rather than being down one or two. Well, we do this in other areas as well. I'm entitled to relax. So people do things that make them tense. The self-destruction is just amazing to look at how illogical and how deep this thinking error affects us. A person that has just said to someone else, oh, my smoking's going to kill me someday, will end up saying to themselves, I'm entitled to a cigarette. So what's that saying? I'm entitled to contribute to my own death. So these are ways that I think it would be wonderful if we were able to come to a place of saying, I've worked hard today. What reward could I experience with the people that I love that would leave me feeling better about the day instead of worse? And I think just asking sometimes the hard questions is very, very key in this. Now, the last thing is that people who are entitled, and we all are to some degree, because we live in a society that everyone thinks they're entitled to everything else. And so when we get to that point, we need to recognize, okay, I'm entitled to a little pleasure. Okay? I am entitled to a little pleasure. But does that mean that there are no limits to the way in which we experience that pleasure? I think it's important to realize that we need to recognize where our pursuit of pleasure interacts with other people's pain and begin to think about, okay, if I give myself this that I think I deserve, am I willing to take responsibility for the fact that my pursuit of pleasure is causing other people pain? When I was telling myself I'm entitled to a little relaxation and fulfilling that entitlement by acting out sexually, I was causing Sandy and my family terrible, terrible pain. So I mentioned before, my daughter said, I love you and I'll never hate you, but this just hurts so badly. There's a balance here. We can have good things. We can relax during the good times. We can enjoy the good times without hurting ourselves or others. And we can certainly build into our entitlement the entitled to things that help us grow and really experience life in the way that God wants us to experience it. We can have the joy in our lives back again.